Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Ketholena with the evening news. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch tomorrow e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. India takes over presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August. Nagaland government issues relaxations of Unlock 4, which comes into effect from tomorrow. And Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton visits newly constructed COVID hospital at Samukedima. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also to help others to get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 6 feet for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075 and State Helpline number 1800-345-0019. And now the news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch e-Rupee, a person and purpose-specific digital payment solution tomorrow through video conferencing. E-Rupee is a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. It is a QR code or SMS string-based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiaries. The users of this seamless one-time payment mechanism will be able to redeem the voucher without a card, digital payments app, or internet banking access at the service provider. It has been developed by National Payments Corporation of India on its UPI platform in collaboration with the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and National Health Authority. India today took over the presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August. External Affairs Ministry said India's vision has been steered by dialogue and cooperation, mutual respect and commitment to international law. In its presidency, India will be guided by the principles of transparency, credibility, accountability and effectiveness. Maritime security, peacekeeping, and counter-terrorism will be the focus areas for India during its presidency. The ministry said, as a founding member of the UN, India is committed to multilateralism, rule of law, and fair and equitable international system. Following the Nagaland government's announcement of Unlock Phase 4 with further relaxations in the state, Chief Secretary J. Alam today issued fresh guidelines for reopening and relaxations of more activities with effect from tomorrow till 18th of August. The order stated that buses including district bus service or taxi service will be allowed to ply with 50% occupancy subject to both the driver and attendants fully vaccinated against COVID-19 vaccine or have taken the first dose and passed 15 days. In case of not fulfilling these criteria, the driver or the attendant should carry a negative test report taken through RT-PCR or TrueNat or CBNat not earlier than 15 days. Besides, passengers should also be either fully vaccinated or should have taken the first dose and passed 15 days since taking the first dose. If any passenger who are not either fully vaccinated or vaccinated with the first dose are required to carry a COVID-19 negative test report taken through RT-PCR or TrueNat or CBNat not earlier than 72 hours from the date of travel. The Unlock 4 relaxations have also permitted shops to open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., while night curfew is further reduced to 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Takeaways or home delivery outlets are allowed to open except during curfew hours. Further, the state government has empowered the respective district task force to consider imposing stricter measures or roll back certain relaxations as per their local situation. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton, who is also the Home Minister, yesterday visited the newly constructed COVID hospital at Police Complex Samukedima in Dimapur. Paton, while congratulating the team, said the facility was built in record time. Stating that the COVID hospital fulfills the expectation, Paton said it will greatly benefit the people of the state. Centre has provided around 1,828 crore rupees so far to states and union territories under Emergency COVID Response Package to fight against the pandemic. In a tweet, Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya said it is 15% of the total amount of the package. He said this package will be helpful in the development of health infrastructure across the country. Under the package, Nagaland has received 8.43 crore rupees. You're listening to the news from All India Radio Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga today said that the boundary row between Mizoram and Assam will be resolved amicably through dialogue. He said this after having telephonic discussions with the Home Minister Amit Shah and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. In a tweet, Chief Minister Zoramthanga said, as per telephonic discussion with Union Home Minister and Assam Chief Minister, the three leaders agreed to resolve the border dispute issue amicably through meaningful dialogue. Chief Minister Zoramthanga also appealed to the people of the state to avoid posting of sensitive messages and make judicious use of their social media platforms to prevent any possible escalation of the situation. The dismantling and withdrawal process of forces from Ausandan village has been completed today in the presence of additional SPs of Mogokchung and Jorhat, SDPO Mangolamba and Titabor, Border Magistrate of Marangman and Mariani, and OC Mariani Police Station. Meanwhile, the process of dismantling and withdrawal at Vikuto village will commence tomorrow. Deepak Das took charge as the new Controller General of Accounts today. Deepak Das is the 25th officer to hold the position of Controller General of Accounts. He is a 1986 batch Indian Civil Accounts Service officer. Prior to assuming the charge, Das has served as the Principal Chief Controller of Accounts in the Central Board of Direct Taxes. Muslim Women's Rights Day is being observed across the country today to celebrate the enactment of the law against triple talaq. Minister for Minority Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that the government enacted the revolutionary law against triple talaq on 1st August 2019, which has made the social malpractice of triple talaq a criminal offence. Naqvi said that there is a significant decline in triple talaq cases after the law came into effect. Another 5 more villages under Dimapur district, namely Hoito, Singrijan, Khopanala, Tir and Molvom, have achieved 100% COVID-19 first dose vaccination. Total number of eligible beneficiaries with first dose of COVID-19 vaccination, 256 in Hoito village, 825 in Singrijan village, 519 in Khopanala, 82 in Tir village, and 605 in Molvom village. In a release, District Program Officer UIP RCH Dr. Rebecca commended the village authorities for their active participation and support during the vaccination process. She said such achievement not only protects the communities but also encourages others to come forward and get vaccinated. And Nagaland State today reported 73 fresh COVID-19 positive cases, pushing the state's case load to 27,940 cases. While 51 have recovered, 4 more patients have succumbed to the infection. Of the fresh cases reported, 39 were from Kohima, Dimapur 17, Mogokchung 9, Phek 3, 1 each from Kifire, Longlen, Mon, Tuensang and Wokha district. A total of 25,224 persons have recovered and a total of 556 deaths related to COVID have been reported till date. Currently, there are 1,344 active patients in the state. To end the news, the headlines here again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch tomorrow e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. India takes over presidency of the United Nations Security Council for the month of August. Nagaland government issues relaxation of Unlock 4, which comes into effect from tomorrow. And Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton visits newly constructed COVID hospital at Samukhedima. That's all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.